Archangel Michael says, a letter is coming, a letter that changes everything inside. It is your name written in golden ink and a secret you were never supposed to know, a truth about your inheritance hidden for years. But now it's finally time. Open this before it's too late. Beloved soul, I know this will sound strange, but heaven has been waiting for you to read this exact moment. Do you feel the chills down your arms? That's not coincidence. That's confirmation. Archangel Michael has been standing behind you, wings open, holding a letter so powerful that even the angels trembled when they first read it. This isn't ordinary news. This is divine property. Your name has been whispered in heavenly courts, and now a mysterious envelope is arriving not through a postman, but through prophecy. If you ignore this, you may miss the only key God left behind for you. You were chosen for this, not because you're perfect, but because your soul carries something sacred. You feel it, don't you? The ache, the longing, the unshakable sense that something is coming, something big, something destined. That's not imagination. That's divine memory slowly waking up inside you. And today, Michael confirms it. You have a hidden inheritance, one that someone very powerful tried to bury, but heaven is unburying it right now. And the shocking part, you won't believe who sent it. They cried your name last night from beyond the veil. Archangel Michael heard it. He couldn't ignore it. He flew straight into God's chambers and pleaded, please, Father, let me deliver this message personally. If they miss it again, they might miss the very reason you created them. And God said yes. So here you are reading this at the perfect second. 3 minutes left until something irreversible is decided, but there's still time, just enough to say yes. Do not underestimate what this message holds. Archangel Michael isn't warning you out of fear. He's warning you out of love, because what's coming isn't just a letter. It's an unlocking, a revelation, something that's been spiritually signed, sealed, and waiting for you in the divine realm. Now finally ready to manifest into your physical world. But only if you're listening. And beloved, before we go any further, pause for 1 second. If your heart is still beating fast, if your eyes can't look away, that's a sign. That means this is meant for you. So please hit subscribe, because Michael isn't done speaking. And the next message might carry the final instruction to claim what's rightfully yours. If you skip, you won't find this again. Now, back to the letter. This isn't an envelope you find in the mailbox. This is a spiritual decree from someone who left this world but didn't leave you. They had to wait until heaven gave them permission to speak, and that permission came just hours ago. Michael is not only delivering it, he's protecting it. Because dark forces do not want this truth revealed. There are people, even relatives, who never wanted you to know what was hidden in that letter. But heaven overruled them. Your name was carved into a heavenly scroll, and the angels are now activating what was delayed for decades. They tried to give this to you once before, but you were too heartbroken, distracted, surrounded by the wrong people. That's why it never reached you. But Michael says, this is the last time it will be offered. If they open this, their entire path will change. You don't even realize how close you came to losing it all. But God intervened. And you know who sent this letter. Someone who used to hold your hand as a child. Someone who called your name in their final breath. Someone you still dream about even if you pretend not to. That person, yes, them, is the one who begged heaven for this message to reach you. Because there's something you never knew about your birthright. Something that would have changed the way you look at your entire family. And now it's time you find out. Michael stands with a sealed scroll glowing with divine fire. Not everyone is allowed to see it, but for you, he's opening it slowly, carefully, and the first words written inside will make your hands tremble. It says, to the one I loved the most, I left everything for you, but they tried to hide it. I'm sorry you suffered so long. That one sentence was written by a soul you never stopped loving. They're not gone. They're watching. And tonight they ask Archangel Michael to give you this truth, not to scare you, not to overwhelm you, but because you needed to step into your divine assignment. You've been living under a curse of confusion, thinking you were forgotten. But that was the illusion, the truth. You were the heir. You always were, and now the clock is ticking. Do you feel the urgency, the way your soul is shaking? That's because you're standing at a divine doorway and Michael is holding the handle, but he can't open it unless you do. You must say yes. You must not skip this, because what's behind that door? It's not just a miracle. It's everything that was stolen from you. The peace, the protection, the provision, the love, the answers, and yes, the inheritance. Not just money, not just land, but spiritual inheritance. The gifts you were meant to walk in, the identity that was hidden, the truth about who you are, who you've always been. Your ancestors knew this, but somewhere along the bloodline, it was stolen, rewritten, hidden, and now heaven is correcting the record. But there's a cost. You can't go back to pretending. Once you read this message, you'll see the world differently. People around you will sense the shift. Some will hate it, some will envy it. But a few of you will finally tell you the truth. They were too afraid to admit, because this letter exposes everything and what's written at the bottom of the scroll. Protect this one, for what I left behind belongs to them and only them, no one else. Michael is standing with tears in his eyes. Yes, angels cry when they see a soul who has suffered unfairly, who has been lied to, tricked, cast aside, but still kept going, still prayed, still hoped. That's why you're being rewarded, not because of perfection, but because of perseverance. God sees that. So listen carefully. Within the next 3 hours, you will either align with this miracle or unknowingly walk away from it forever, not by choice, but by distraction. Michael says, your phone may ring. You might get invited out. You may feel tired, irritated, restless. That's the enemy trying to interrupt the delivery. But if you resist, if you just stay long enough, you will be given everything heaven promised you. But there's a cost. You can't go back to pretending. Once you read this message, you'll see the world differently. People around you will sense the shift. Some will hate it, some will envy it, but a few will finally tell you the truth. They were too afraid to admit, because this letter exposes everything and what's written at the bottom of the scroll. Protect this one, for what I left behind belongs to them and only them, no one else. Michael is standing with tears in his eyes. Yes, angels cry when they see a soul who has suffered unfairly, who has been lied to, tricked, cast aside, but still kept going, still prayed, still hoped. That's why you're being rewarded, not because of perfection, but because of perseverance. God sees that, so listen carefully. Within the next 3 hours, you will either align with this miracle or unknowingly walk away from it forever, not by choice, but by distraction. Michael says your phone may ring. You might get invited out. You may feel tired, irritated, restless. That's the enemy trying to interrupt the delivery. But if you resist, if you just stay long enough, you will be given everything heaven promised you. And what's inside this inheritance? Oh, beloved, it's more than money. It's land, it's keys, it's names, it's legal justice, it's restoration, it's closure, it's answers, it's letters old ones never sent, it's memories you never got to hear, it's gifts you never got to open. And heaven is tired of watching you suffer without them. Michael says, enough is enough. My sword is drawn. The lies are finished. It's time. You're not crazy for feeling like something big is coming. That's spiritual discernment. You were born for this. You were born to carry something heavy and to finally be rewarded for it. Then listen closely, because this part is where most people look away. But you, beloved child, you were not born to turn your back on heaven. You were born to carry heaven's message on earth. And right now, that message is being handed to you like a flame. Precious, fragile, eternal. Please don't blow it out by skipping this, because what comes next will make you cry, but it will also make you free. The letter was delivered through fire, through prayer, through angelic resistance. It was supposed to be blocked. There were powers that worked overtime to keep this moment from happening, but Archangel Michael fought for you. And I mean fought. There were celestial attacks on your name. Someone in your bloodline tried to erase you from the book of inheritance. But Michael stepped forward in the courts of heaven and said, you will not erase the one God has chosen. I will deliver the scroll myself. So now he stands before you, his robes glowing with golden light, holding that exact scroll. And it's heavier than paper. It holds decades of truth, generations of secrets, and one divine name, yours. You've always felt like something was missing, haven't you? Like there was a room in your life that no one ever opened, like there were conversations you were never allowed to hear. That feeling wasn't wrong. It was divine insight. God was whispering the truth inside you before anyone on earth could admit it, because the truth was dangerous to them, but life-saving for you. Now listen, the person who sent this letter from heaven is closer than you think. They've been trying to visit you in dreams, in songs, even through strangers. That time someone said your name with strange affection, that moment you found a feather where no birds fly, that chill down your spine when you passed that street. It was all them sending you breadcrumbs from beyond. But today, they finally broke through. And when they were granted just one letter to send you from heaven, they didn't write pages and pages. No, they wrote one short, powerful line that Michael reads to you now. You are the only one I trusted. Please don't let them bury what I left for you. It's not just an inheritance, it's a trust. And heaven is waiting to see what you'll do with it. Will you rise into your role? Or will you believe the lies spoken about you, that you're not ready, not worthy, not chosen? Beloved, those lies are crumbling right now, because God says, you are the only one I trusted. And when God trusts you, no demon in hell can deny you. There's money, yes, large money connected to this inheritance, but there's also land, real estate, documents. Something was signed in your absence. And Michael is showing you that signature now. It's familiar. It's someone you loved, someone you lost, someone you would have died for. They didn't forget you. They saved you. They moved pieces behind the veil to make sure you, not someone else, received the final blessing. And now someone on earth is getting nervous. They can feel the energy shifting because spiritually the scroll has already been opened. And they know that if you discover what's written inside, their secret is exposed. That's why strange things have been happening to you lately. Unexplained stress, strange dreams, sudden arguments. That's not random. That's spiritual warfare. Michael says, they've delayed you long enough. The letter was sealed with wax from heaven's altar. No one can break it but you. And the moment you fully accept this truth, the moment you align your soul with this message, things will begin to change faster than your mind can comprehend. Sudden financial shifts, unexpected calls, property deals being reopened, old wills being revised, family members acting strange, documents surfacing, and someone, the very one who tried to erase you, will suddenly reach out, pretending to be kind. But you'll know the truth this time because you've seen what's written. You know what was promised. You are no longer the forgotten one. You are the named heir. This message won't stay open forever, and Michael is begging you now, please don't leave this unfinished. If they walk away again, the divine door will shut and the inheritance will remain suspended. He doesn't say this to scare you. He says it because he loves you, because he stood next to the soul who sent you that message, and he saw how much they wept when they realized you had no idea what they left behind. But now you do. Now you're aware and heaven is watching. You might be thinking, but what if I'm wrong? What if this isn't for me? Beloved, the very fact that you're reading this proves otherwise. Do you really think heaven would allow you to reach this message by mistake? No. This is divine orchestration. Every second of your life led to this moment, and this is your confirmation. The angels are repositioning the stars around your destiny. That's how serious this is. You've crossed into a holy time. The number 3 has been following you because it's a divine code. The Holy Trinity, the threefold blessing. And now the 3 are not warning. Family members acting strange, documents surfacing, and someone, the very one who tried to erase you, will suddenly reach out pretending to be kind. But you'll know the truth this time because you've seen what's written. You know what was promised. You are no longer the forgotten one. You are the named heir. This message won't stay open forever, and Michael is begging you now, please don't leave this unfinished. If they walk away again, the divine door will shut, and the inheritance will remain suspended. He doesn't say this to scare you. He says it because he loves you, because he stood next to the soul who sent you that message, and he saw how much they wept when they realized you had no idea what they left behind. But now you do. Now you're aware and heaven is watching. You might be thinking, but what if I'm wrong? What if this isn't for me? Beloved, the very fact that you're reading this proves otherwise. Do you really think heaven would allow you to reach this message by mistake? No. This is divine orchestration. Every second of your life led to this moment, and this is your confirmation. The angels are repositioning the stars around your destiny. That's how serious this is. You've crossed into a holy time. The number 3 has been following you because it's a divine code, the Holy Trinity, the threefold blessing. And now the 3 warning. There is someone standing outside the heavenly gates with your name in their mouth. They still speak blessings over you, still cry for you, still ask God to forgive the people who wronged you, and still beg Michael to get this message through. Now it's here, and now the choice is yours. Will you stay numb and scroll past, or will you lean in and open your heart fully? Michael has one more thing to read from the scroll, a name, not yours, but the name of the one who tried to steal what was yours. And when he reads it, you'll remember something, a conversation, a look, a suspicion, and it will all click. You were right, they were hiding something, but they can't hide it anymore because heaven is lifting the veil. Michael's sword is cutting the final seal. The inheritance is yours. The power is yours. The truth is finally yours. Then take a deep breath, beloved, because what's about to be revealed may shake you, but it will also restore you. This is no longer just about the inheritance. It's about the divine truth behind why your life unfolded the way it did. The betrayals, the loneliness, the sudden setbacks, the strange delays. You thought it was bad luck, but heaven says no. It was spiritual sabotage. Archangel Michael's voice is steady now, but his eyes are fierce. He's seen the timelines. He's reviewed the records. He stood in the room when your name was erased off the first will. He saw how someone you trusted, signed over what was meant to be yours. They smiled in your face, but behind closed doors, they whispered lies to manipulate the future. And Michael, he never forgot. That's why he fought for you this week. That's why this message reached you now. Because this is the final window. The divine reversal has begun. But if you miss this hour, it may delay another 7 years. And you don't have 7 years to wait. You were born to break this generational curse. Now you see, this isn't just money. It's spiritual authority. If you claim your inheritance, you don't just get wealth. You get clarity. You get back the relationships that crumbled. You get healing in your body. You get angelic protection that wraps around your home like light. You get guidance so sharp you'll know exactly who's lying to you and who's sent by God, but only if you say yes. The inheritance includes a property, a real one, on paper somewhere with a key hidden in a box no one has touched in years. Michael shows me the image now. It's dusty, locked, hidden in a drawer that someone swore you'd never open. But now that drawer is glowing. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give supper thanks with contributions of up to 120. I pay men to get blessing 100 million. The angels are surrounding it because it's time. And in that box, a photograph, a deed, a memory, and a final letter. It says, "To my beloved, I saw what they did to you. I tried to stop it. This is all I had left to give. Don't let them take it again. This is your reward, not just for surviving, but for loving even when no one protected you." Michael's voice breaks when he reads those lines. And if you've made it this far, it's because your heart was made for this moment. Others would have given up by now, but not you. You stayed. You listened. You were chosen for this. And now something holy is being transferred into your spirit. You may feel heat, chills, or heaviness in your chest. You may suddenly remember old dreams or a place you haven't visited in years. That's not random. That's heaven activating your divine GPS. It's recalibrating your life so you can find the very place, the very promise you were meant to receive all along. And yes, someone will try to stop it. They always do. But this time, Michael will be standing in their path. God has issued a divine block on anyone who tries to interfere. They will not succeed. Not this time. Because you have finally aligned with heaven's clock and everything stolen is returning to you multiplied. You might start receiving calls, emails, documents, dreams that feel like instructions. Michael says, follow the signs. Your steps will be guided. Your spirit will know. You'll feel an unshakable pull to make a decision, and it will be the right one, because this time your soul is being reconnected to divine timing. Heaven is so proud of you. Michael says, even when you cried alone, even when you thought no one cared, even when you said, God, do you even see me? I was there. I was recording every tear. And now I'm turning them into compensation, into restoration, into reward. Let that sink in. This inheritance isn't only earthly, it's eternal. It's the moment your identity shifts. You are no longer forgotten. You are no longer the outsider. You are no longer the one they pitted. You are the chosen one, the one who holds the scroll, the one whose name was protected in heaven, even when it was erased on earth. There is a line written in the book of life. Michael reads it aloud now, and the angels lean in to listen. And on this day the seal shall break, and the hair shall rise, and everything hidden shall come to light. This day was prophesied, beloved, even before you were born. The person who sent this letter from heaven saw this moment in a vision, and they wept with joy knowing that one day, even if it took years, you would finally see it, feel it, and believe it. You're not here by accident. You're not crazy. You're not making this up. This is real. It's spiritual. It's timed. It's yours. And if you're still unsure, heaven is so proud of you. Michael says, even when you cried alone, even when you thought no one cared, even when you said, God, do you even see me? I was there. I was recording every tear, and now I'm turning them into compensation, into restoration, into reward. Let that sink in. This inheritance isn't only earthly. It's eternal. It's the moment your identity shifts. You are no longer forgotten. You are no longer the outsider. You are no longer the one they pitted. You are the chosen one, the one who holds the scroll, the one whose name was protected in heaven even when it was erased on earth. There is a line written in the book of life. Michael reads it aloud now, and the angels lean in to listen. And on this day the seal shall break, and the hair shall rise, and everything hidden shall come to light. This day was prophesied. Beloved, even before you were born, the person who sent this letter from heaven saw this moment in a vision, and they wept with joy knowing that one day, even if it took years, you would finally see it, feel it, and believe it. You're not here by accident. You're not crazy. You're not making this up. This is real. It's spiritual. It's timed. It's yours. And if you're still unsure, go back to the last thing they left behind. A piece of jewelry, a picture, a note, a scent. You'll know what I mean when you see it. That item carries energy. It was the final clue. They knew this day would come. They prayed for it, and now it's here. Then stay with me, beloved, because Archangel Michael hasn't finished unfolding the divine scroll. And the final part, the part you're about to hear, will shift something deep inside your spirit. It's the part that reveals the hidden enemy, the buried truth, the divine reward, and the heavenly confirmation you've been secretly asking for. Right now, time is bending. Michael says the 3 and countdown has already begun in heaven. But here's what most don't understand. When God counts down, He's not rushing you. He's aligning you. Because divine moments don't wait for human hesitation. They arrive exactly when your soul is ready. And not one moment earlier. You weren't ready before, but now you are. Now your spirit is open. Now your heart is softened. Now the angels have permission to deliver what they've been holding back for years. So listen closely. The one who betrayed you, the one who smiled in your face and blocked your blessings behind your back is about to be exposed. Their name is on the last line of the scroll. But Michael isn't giving it to you out of revenge. He's giving it to you so you can finally break the tie. Because without knowing who delayed your inheritance, you'd always keep doubting your worth. But now with the truth unveiled, you'll never question yourself again. Michael reads the name. You feel it in your gut. You've suspected this person before, but your love for them clouded your judgment. You kept giving chances, kept being kind, kept praying they would change, and they didn't. But it wasn't your job to fix them. It was your calling to outgrow them. And now you finally have. You're no longer bound to what they said. You're bound to what God wrote about you. And God never lies. He declared your worth long before anyone else tried to define it. And heaven says, your reward is not delayed. It's being released. In the next few days, you may begin noticing strange synchronicities. People from your past suddenly reappear. A lawyer's name you've never heard before starts showing up. Someone close to you starts acting nervous when inheritance, property, or will related topics come up. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. Michael says you'll receive 3 signs within the next 72 hours. Write them down. Don't ignore them. They are keys. The spiritual locks are being removed from your destiny, and what you'll step into will look nothing like what you've been through. You'll walk differently, think differently, speak differently, because now you're no longer living in the dark. You know who you are. You know what you carry, and you know who in heaven fought for you to remember it. The letter, the divine inheritance, is not symbolic. It's literal. Something physical is coming, something that holds value, weight, and transformation. It may be in the form of money, a house, an item, a voice message, a bank transfer, or even a person arriving with unexpected news. But it's coming, and heaven will make sure it reaches you. But only if you remain in alignment. Only if you don't skip this moment. Only if you guard your spirit from the distractions that are about to come. Because the moment you say yes in your heart fully, boldly, unshakably, everything will move. And the last line of the scroll, Michael closes his eyes and reads it slowly, almost like a prayer to the one I loved most. If they are reading this, it means heaven won. Give them everything I was never allowed to say. Give them everything I left behind. I trust only them. And with that, the scroll glows, the seal breaks, and your name is permanently written on the book of divine inheritance. This is not just a message. This is a spiritual unlocking. It's for the people watching you, the ones who secretly admire your strength, the ones who don't have the courage yet to believe in miracles. Tonight you sleep differently, not in fear but in fullness. You will dream of water, of light, of wind. And those are signs, because the storm is over. The letter has arrived. The seal has been broken. And your life will never be the same again. You are not just receiving an inheritance. Beloved, you are becoming the living proof that heaven keeps its promises. Dove sparkles. Now it is done. Archangel Michael has spoken. Heaven has delivered. And you, child of destiny, have finally answered.